What's going on, guys? I wanted to do a quick little tutorial video on how to assemble the top end of a this will be for a 2009 through 2012 Kawasaki ZX6R. I believe the 2007 and 2008 may be the same engine, but definitely verify that before you do this. So let's get into it. Alright, so as you can see, I've already kind of put a lot of this together, and I kind of thought about, this was like an afterthought that I should make a video on it because I actually happened to look and I didn't see that anywhere out there. So essentially where I'm at is I put on a new head gasket here, and I put the actual cylinder head on, and then I torqued down the cylinder head bolts. That's pretty much where I'm at because I'm waiting on parts for the rest of this. I need some of these camshaft like cap screws, so I have those on order, kind of just waiting. But this is a good time to basically talk about how we got to here. So first thing first here is obviously going to be to put your head gasket on. Once you get that on, you can put the head on, and then you're going to have, I believe, I want to say there's 14. There's going to be bolts up here. Let me see if I could kind of get the camera down in there so you could see them. They might be hard to see. There's kind of one in there. Yeah, they'll be easier to see if you don't have the camshafts and everything in. But essentially what you're going to want to do on these is you're going to want to tighten them starting over here on the intake side. Alright guys, so as you can see here, I got my phone pulled up with the shop manual. If you don't have this, I would definitely recommend downloading it. You could usually get PDFs of these on the internet if you do some digging for free. So basically, if you look here, this is the intake side. And this is basically just the order that you're going to want to tighten these. So you're going to start here at 1 and essentially kind of like work your way through tightening all these bolts. And initially I like to just get everything kind of like basically finger tight, get them all put in there first, and then I'll start going through and doing the torque. Alright, so now if we come up here to the engine, bolt number 1 is going to be like right here. It's basically right in the center. So we'll assume that we have finger tightened everything at this point. So now we're going to go ahead and torque them all to 11 foot-pounds. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here, 6, then 7, 8, and then 9 and 10 I believe are right here. And then the final thing is there's these other, I want to say these are like M6 or something. These will get tightened down last. You're not going to want to do these to 11 foot-pounds. Those will be something different. Okay, so now that we got everything tightened down to 11 foot-pounds, we're going to set our torque wrench to, let me see, let me just make sure here. Final is going to be 29 foot-pounds. And again here, kind of another little diagram of the pattern. So this is the intake side, this is the exhaust side. So if you want to pause the video here and see what the order is of how you're tightening these bolts, you could check that. But once we get our torque wrench set to 29 foot-pounds, we're going to go ahead and repeat the same pattern going through here and tightening everything down to 29 foot-pounds. Alright, so after we get all those tightened down, we're going to do these M6 ones here. I just looked this up. These get tightened down to 106 inch-pounds. So make sure to tighten them to that and no more. Okay, so then after we get the head on, we're going to install the camshafts here and the cam chain. Best thing to do, I'm assuming you're probably already going to have the cam chain hooked up, So you're just going to want to get it around the sprocket and kind of pull it up to the top here until you could slide the cams in. The way to tell which one is the intake and the exhaust, if you don't know, there will be a little mark kind of like right here on the back. I'll try to get the camera to focus on it. But basically the exhaust one is going to have an EX marked on it, and the intake one is going to have an IN marked on it. So make sure obviously that the intake cam is on the intake side of your engine and the exhaust cam is on the exhaust side. Okay guys, so the next thing we're going to want to do is line the engine up at top dead center. You could do this by spinning this guy here. I don't know if you could see too well, but basically right here where I'm pointing with this knife, there's a little mark on this. You want to line that mark up with the where the case splits right here. You should be able to see that. So once we get that lined up, then our engine is at top dead center. Okay, so once we have our engine set to top dead center, what we're going to want to do is kind of spin the cams here so that they are aligned. If you look in the service manual here, it's kind of got an illustration of how to do it. Basically, what you're going to want to do, let me grab my pointer knife again. There's going to be this little line here. You want to line that up essentially flush so that it's parallel with the top of your engine here on the exhaust one. And then same thing you'll see on the intake one. This is kind of off right now just because I don't have everything tightened down, but basically this intake one is also going to want to be parallel with the top surface of your head there. So after we get the cam positioned, we're going to want to go on the exhaust one, and again, right where that line is at, you're basically counting chain links here. So if we start here at this one, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. We want to count to 27, and we want the 27th pin to be lining up with the mark on our intake cam. Again, here's the little section in the service manual. It's kind of illustrating how to do that. So again, you start at this pin, count 27, and 27th pin should essentially be right where that line is for your intake cam. So if you guys again need to pause the video and kind of take a look at this to help you out, go for it. So really that's as far as I can take this video, because like I mentioned earlier, I'm still waiting on some of these bolts so that I could get everything tightened down and torqued. But assuming I had them, the next step would be to just go through and start tightening down all these camshaft caps. And let me actually check the service manual, and I can tell you what order they go in. Alright guys, so for these there's kind of a lot going on. Basically what you're gonna first want to do, your first torque is gonna be 52 inch-pounds for these, and I'll throw up the picture here in a second of the order that they all get tightened in. But essentially you're gonna want to do 52 inch-pounds. Sorry, don't do 52 foot-pounds. 52 inch-pounds for the initial torque, and then your final torque is going to be 106 inch-pounds. Alright guys, so again, here's the picture from the service manual. Again, I would definitely recommend getting this for yourself so you could see these images better. But essentially, here's one. So you're going to want to tighten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on, and kind of just go through this whole order. So again, if you want to pause the video, take a screenshot, whatever you need to do of this, or download the actual manual, which I would recommend. But you're going to want to follow this order, and again, 52 inch-pounds first, and then 106 inch-pounds will be your final. So you'll want to go through this whole thing, go through this whole order, tighten everything to 52, and then go through it again and tighten everything down to 106. Aside from that, guys, all you really have left is to put on your head cover here. So just for the sake of the video, I will kind of throw that on. I think I need to get some bolts for this too, so those will be on order, but basically that's it. You're going to put on your head cover gasket here and then put the actual head cover on, and then you're pretty much done. You've successfully rebuilt the top end of a 2009 through 2012 ZX6R. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing. I'm probably going to be doing some more videos on this bike, more tutorials as I'm getting it put together. So if you like this kind of stuff, or you like other riding content, make sure to hit the subscribe button, because I do a lot of different things other than just maintenance. Thanks, guys. See you in the next one. I'm out.